Welcome back to another episode of Sober Orange Couch. My name is Rory T, and I'm back, and yes, I am more sober than yesterday. We're going to have some fun today. More importantly, about how you have fun in sobriety, because quite honestly, I don't think anyone ever thinks they're going to have fun again. I sure as hell didn't. And it's still hard to do so. But we'll talk through it. We'll get there. Because first, I want to share one of my last episodes of drinking. You know, we do make dumb mistakes. Some are worse than others, some are pretty bad. However, my last day of drinking, I took the kids to an animal shelter because we have we had two dogs already, and let's just go look. What's wrong with taking young children to an animal shelter? Nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Well, we came home with a dog. I was ridiculed for it because, yes, I'm an idiot, and there was no reason for us to get a third dog, but she's the sweetest thing ever. Like, the first time I looked into her eyes, it was like the first time I heard the Beatles. It is a weird reminder of the mistakes, one of many mistakes I made while drinking, but it is a very happy one. And she's still with us to this day. She was sitting right here on this beautiful couch earlier, but I think I scared her off with all the lovely podcasting equipment. So, getting back to the topic, episode 6. Man, it's been a fun ride doing these first couple episodes and kind of working the ins and outs of being active on social media. And you know, I took a step back the past 2 days. I was kind of, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but it was getting to a point where I was like, man, I'm glad I did. Took a little 2 day break from trying to post anything, and I missed it because although it's not many, I don't have many followers, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is for me to enjoy myself and to hope that what I talk about brings one little glimmer of hope to someone else, someone like you. Fun and sobriety is an interesting topic. Whether you've got 4 days or 40 years, like my sponsor, you can have ups and downs. And I used to be, at least what I thought, I used to be an extrovert. And now I feel very much like an introvert to an extent. When I used to go out before I was really grasped by alcohol, and I was still definitely a functioning alcoholic, and I wasn't drinking right when I woke up, I didn't have fun. And so I'd start drinking, and my personality started to come out more, at least what I thought was my personality. And as the drinks went on and on and on through the day, through the night, I became this social butterfly. I didn't care who I talked to, whether it be a police outside of the bar or random people on the streets or just trying to crack jokes at people. I didn't care because alcohol gave me this extroverted way of thinking. And then I go to sleep, I wake up, I pass out, I wake up, and I start it all over again. I wake up and I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be around anybody. I want nothing to do with anyone, except my dogs, of course. But then the drink came, and slowly the extrovert came out, came out, came out. And that vicious cycle of being a social butterfly as the drinks flowed started to consume me to a point where, yeah, I did start drinking in the mornings, but I started to not want to be around people. I started to want to actually just drink by myself. And I became introverted alcoholic out of nowhere because I was just exhausted of all the social butterflyness that came with drinking, at least how I had created it. So when I got sober many times, and this is a common thing because it doesn't matter how many times you try to get sober, it doesn't matter if you relapsed, because what matters is you come back. What matters is you stay sober for today. But getting to think about fun, man, that was nowhere near my realm of thinking, because you get help and you go to these meetings, and that's not what you hear. Nothing sounds fun about sobriety, at first at least, because you're not listening for that. You're not listening to the fun people are actually having. I was never listening for the fun. I was only listening to how fucked up everyone else was. And there's no way I'm like these people. But there comes an epiphany moment. You don't know when that moment comes, but it comes. It hits you right in the face. And you start to realize that you can have fun. It just looks a lot different. My drinking career before I retired was 24 years. I'm 38 years old. I don't know any different. I didn't know any different. So you have to learn a new way to have fun. And I'll bring up this example, and I try and do good about looking through past episodes to make sure I don't repeat myself, but I'm going to bring this up to talk about it because it's a very prime example of what fun in sobriety looks like. I went to a friend's birthday party. He does not drink anymore, I should say. He's in the program. And, he had a full DJ, a full fucking bar, and it was absurd. It was at his house. I couldn't believe it walking in. This guy's celebrating, a year of sobriety. And here's this full-fledged party. I was shocked. And 99% of the guests there, and there were a lot of guests, were all drinking. And one person showed up who just happened to be um, a delightful face to see, because I recognized him from, the meetings I go to. And we got to chatting, and we, got to know each other a little bit better, I should say, instead of on a Zoom screen. And I just generally started having a good time. Obviously, before I wasn't, because I was so afraid to talk to anybody because they're drinking. I'm not, I don't fit in here, this and that. And these are the things that go through our heads day in and day out, minute after minute, on every fucking thing we do. Because most of us have a long history and pattern of drinking and self-destructiveness. And our mind takes time to change. This gentleman is actually now my sponsor, who I ran into at my friend's party. And this was a pool party. Nobody was in the pool. So him and his significant other got in the pool. And so I joined them. And yet still nobody got in the pool. Everyone else, some people put their feet in, sipping on their drinks, sipping on their Mai Tais. Ooh, look at me. But if you looked around the area, everyone just looked like they weren't ready yet. And sure enough, as the drinks kept flowing, people slowly started getting in, started getting their groove back, That was a huge reminder to me of what alcohol does to us. Of course, it doesn't do this to everybody, but to a lot of us, it creates this false notion of, oh, I can do things now. Oh, I can talk to people. Oh, I can get in the pool. I can drive a car. And it sucks. It sucks to look back on that's how I lived my life for almost 24 years, because that's more than half my lifetime at the moment. And we're going to have a surprise guest at the moment. And, camera shy. Okay. And the problem with the way we think about like that, alcohol changes our thinking. It makes us think we need it to do things. Alcohol does that to us. It changes our mind into thinking that, ooh, we've got to have that drink so that we can do fun things, because nothing's fun without alcohol. And that's the biggest thing I've heard through treatments and rehabs is, well, I don't know what to do without drinking. I go to a football game and all I do is drink. I go out with friends and we drink. I go out to dinner. We drink. We drink. We drink. Well, man, if I could go back in time and choose a different career path, I'd probably choose creating some form of alcohol because, good Lord, what effect it has on us. But now, although it does take a little convincing every now and then, I enjoy getting out and figuring out that I don't need to drink to go out and have fun. I find new ways to have fun, even if it's doing the same old things like playing golf. I don't have to drink. And funny enough, is how many times when those of us that like to golf go out and golf and start drinking and your game just goes, good Lord. That was me every time I played. Now, I'm still shitty at golf, but I actually enjoy it. And, I go out now with my wife, with the kids, or, with other friends in sobriety, and we can just enjoy ourselves. It's not scary. It doesn't have to be scary. The scariest part is realizing that we were so addicted to needing the feeling of alcohol, the feeling of the buzz to do things. No, it's not the case. You don't need that. I'll kind of wind this down and ending that I just had a meeting tonight per usual, and I won't go into detail what happened, but there were some funny scenes going on in one of the Zoom screens, and it created a whole side chat. And someone reached out to me and, come here, Valentina. Here comes my drunken mistake. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at all these girls. We'll close the show out with you, huh? So it comes in that this side chat is just going off, and everybody is chuckling and having a good time. And even though the meeting is serious, you know, it's just little moments like those that I wouldn't have experienced, and not just because I was in a meeting, because I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the gift of sobriety, and I know others out there do too. Don't have to be afraid. It's okay to make mistakes like this one, but we're all in this together. And as much as I hate to say it, being sober's pretty fucking fun.